Now going back to our example number 3, let us move lang yung ating tools. Kasi nakaharang siya. So example number 3, we have 3,125 blank, blank, blank. You have to insert 3 geometric means. Then we found out that by using the formula a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1, you'll get r raised to 4, which is equal to 1 divided by 625. Then when we get the fourth root, we have r is equal to 1 over 5. But what is the true value of r? It's not just 1 over 5, but it's positive and negative 1 over 5, or 1 divided by 5. In that case, the middle terms can be positive and negative also. So let us start with positive. What if your r is positive 1 over 5? So your next terms are 625, or I mean the missing terms, the middle terms is 625, 125, and 25. But if it's negative, it can be negative 625, positive 125, and negative 25. Both answers will satisfy the given sequence. Okay? So aside from getting the ratio, you have to understand that if your exponent is even, if the exponent of your r is even, the value of your r would be positive and negative. Again, if the exponent of your r is even, then the value is positive and negative. We will consider both values. Okay? So let us have number 4. So for example, number 4, we found out earlier that if your sequence is negative 25 over 8, then you have to insert 3 geometric means. Then if you solve for r, since r is raised to 4, which is equal to 256 divided by 625, we get the fourth root. Then we have r is equal to 4 over 5. So it can be positive, it can be negative. Both will satisfy the given. Okay, so let's start with positive. So for positive r, 4 over 5, will have negative 25 over 8 times positive 4 over 5. This is 5, this is 1, 1, 2. So we'll have negative 5 over 2. So if it's positive, negative 5 over 2, yung first natin. Then kung positive yan, let's erase. Erase na natin equal. Para magamit natin yung negative 5 over 2 times natin siya sa 4 over 5. So this will be cancel. This 1, 1. Then we have 1. This is 2. This is negative 2. Okay, next we will have negative 2 times 4 over 5. So we have negative 8 over 5. That's negative 8 over 5. And it can also be positive or negative. Negative 4 over 5. So that would be negative 25 divided by 8 times negative 4 over 5. So negative, negative, it's positive. 5, 1, 1, 2. So positive 5 over 2. Then positive 5 over 2 times negative 4 over 5. 1, 1, 2, 1. So it's positive 2. Negative, negative 2. Then negative 2 times 4 over 5, which is also negative. You'll have positive 8 over 5. So actually, they are the same. Pansin nyo, the answers are the same. But ano lang ang nagbago ang sign? Nagbago lang yung sign nito. Nasa second term and the third term. So ganun din dito. Same yung sign ng middle, which is positive. Pero yung the second term is 625. It can be positive, it can be negative. And if that is 25, we'll have positive, negative 25. So saan lang may nagbabago sign? In second. But you look at the exponent, it's even. Therefore, you have to consider the value of your R. It can be positive or negative. So for example, number 5, but we have 3, comma, blank, blank, 648. Then we use the formula. We divide both sides by 3. We have R cube is equal to 216. Then you get the cube root. Then the answer is R equals 6. So since the exponent of R is 3, therefore the value is positive only. Okay, we will consider the positive. Again, if it's even, you consider the positive and negative values of R or common ratio. But if it's odd, like in this given, since the exponent of R here is odd, all you have to consider is the positive value. So our R here is positive 6. So if that is positive 6, 3 times positive 6 is 18. And 18 times positive 6 is 108. Okay? If the exponent of R is even, you have to consider the values of R, positive and negative. If it's even, you have to consider the values of R as positive only. Consider the value of R that is positive. So this is even. If this is odd, R is positive. So para mas maintindihan natin, sulat natin yung R. So R is positive, negative. Pag odd, positive lang. Okay? Another example, let us have number 6. So for number 6, maybe my numbering here is different. I don't know. Pakitingnan na lang kasi dudugtong ko na lang to dun sa first video ko. para magkasama silang dalawa. Basta the focus here is the given at the number. Hindi ko alam kung pareho ba yung numbering ko kanina or by error na. So let's have here 1 blank 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 16. So for us to get the R, you have 16. The last term is equal to 1 times R raised to 4. So our R here is positive 2 or negative 2. So your sequence here could be, para makita nyo, it could be if our R is positive 2, R is negative 2, tingnan natin yung difference. If R is positive 2, so we have 2, 4, and 8. If it's negative, this will be negative 2, positive 4, negative 8. Okay, so both satisfies the given sequence. Next, for number 7 example, you have negative 1, comma, ay blank, blank, negative 27, comma ako ng comma. So we have 27, negative 27 is equal to R cubed, right? Or negative R cubed. Then divide both sides by negative 1. So R cubed is equal to positive 27. And you have to get the cube root. Since you get the cube root, our R now is equal to positive 27. Since the exponent of our R is odd. So we have negative 1, comma, comma. Oh, comma na naman sinasabi ko. That's blank. So, positive 27. I mean, that's not ano ha. Ulitin nga natin. That's not positive 27. That's 3. Positive 3. So, we have negative 3, negative 9, and negative 27. So, 1. So, kung magiging negative siya, negative times negative, positive. Positive times negative is negative. O hindi siya magsasatisfy. Pakita ko sa inyo ha. Kung i-consider natin yung negative, kunwari, R is equal to negative 3. Kung i-consider natin siya. Blank, blank. Negative 27. Tingnan nyo magiging result ha. So, negative 1 times negative 3 is positive 3. Then positive 3 times negative 3 is negative 9. Negative 3 times negative 9 is positive 27. So, dapat positive yan. So, hindi natin siya pwedeng i-consider as the value of our R. Okay, do you understand? So, that will be last. So, for now, alam na ninyo na for now. The term is now, you know already, that aside from using the formula, you have to consider the exponent of R. If it's if it's even or odd. If it's even, therefore, you have to consider both the positive and the negative values of R. If it's odd, like for example, it's 3, the exponent of R is 3, you only use the positive value. Okay? Thank you for listening.